Hey everyone. Okay, the chat's working now. So I have a little bit of a lag on my end. So if you ask a question or anything, I might be a little delayed in my response. Is it lagging at all on your end? Is it running pretty smooth? It's lagging? Oh, it's working? Good. Cool. Let me get this fixed. Is my volume too loud? Running smooth. Cool. Alright, that's out of the way. Alright. So. Cool, guys. Do you guys have all your drawing materials ready? I might have to move my head. Perfect. Good. So this is why I want to use YouTube Live, because it allows me to use OBS and I can connect multiple cameras, and I can also have some images on the screen, and it's all live, so I don't have to like pre-record anything and edit everything. Do you guys have your newsprint in front of you? Drawing boards? Because we'll start when you're ready. Yes, no, in the chat, please. Also, you can use either the charcoal or the Conte crayon, or you can try both. Yeah, okay. So charcoal, Conte crayon. I know some of you didn't get your Conte crayon yet, but you should have been able to get at least some charcoal from the studio. So we're gonna just draw together for a little bit until 12:30. I'm so happy that this is working because I was struggling with it yesterday. And if you can't see what I'm drawing, like I'm not drawing dark enough, just let me know in the chat. I'm going to be periodically checking the chat. And like I said, I'm getting used to this, multitasking. So we're starting really simple with this image of a bottle, all right? And we're going to probably do 30-second drawings on it. We're going to do one line, one mass, and one scribble. All right, and I have a countdown. Let me restart it. Unfortunately, it only goes by 30 seconds. 1 minute. 1 minute increments. Set timer. Hopefully it works. Okay, so we're going to start drawing. So I want you to find really basic shapes with this. Let's do a line drawing first. So I'm starting with a sphere because the top of the bottle is circular at that. And then you find a rectangle. And please disregard the weird perspective on my drawing. Drawing flat is not ideal. So there's a little ellipse at the end of that. So we'll use the whole minute for the first drawing just so I can show you guys what I'm expecting. Another rectangle and another ellipse. So bottle, it's pretty easy, right? Yeah? How'd you guys do? Good? Pretty simple? Alright, so now we're going to do a mass gesture. So for mass gesture, you want to take your piece of charcoal and snap it in half. Alright, oops, there. So it's a lot smaller. And you're going to draw using the side, like this. Or your Conte crayon, whichever one. If you have soft charcoal, that's ideal because it gets a really dark value on it, and it's really smooth on the paper. So mass drawing with the edge of the charcoal. All right, so let me reset the timer. We'll do another minute, and we're gonna do a mass value draw or gesture drawing. Maybe. I might just have to use my phone timer because I don't know how to keep redoing this. Let's go black for a minute. No, that didn't work. Okay, I'm just gonna time with my phone. And we'll start. Sorry, guys. I need to figure out how to reset the timer if I'm using the same time. I'm new to OBS. Alright, so we're going to start. We're going to do mass gesture. And you're kind of drawing with the side. This whole thing in? Yeah. And you're trying to get the whole mass. So you're drawing from the inside out. It's a little wonky. Alright, so pretty simple. If you wanted to do some shading on mass gesture, you just make it a little bit darker on the areas that are darker in the image. Alright. Okay, so that's a minute. We're gonna go to another, oh, well, let's do scribble gesture real quick. Let me scoot my paper over. So when I'm drawing, there's a few different ways to draw. There's drawing with your wrist, right, where it's really tight. So I'm drawing a bottle just with my wrist. And then gesture drawing, you can see my arm moving around. It's more with your elbow. So you're trying to capture larger movements and speed. So let's draw this simple bottle with scribble gesture. And if you want to ignore the shapes right now, that's fine. For scribble gesture, well, let's start the clock again. You can do like a spiral if you want. Or you can think of it in terms of the ellipses and how whenever it meets your, well, I can't point to the image. As it meets your horizon line, your eyesight, it becomes smaller. So let's start. Got a minute on the clock. Don't really need a whole minute for it. So it doesn't have to look beautiful, you know. You're just trying to capture the general essence of the shape. All right, there's a scribble gesture. So I could go back in and do different types of scribble. Since we have time, let's do it. There's more angular scribble, whatever is natural to you. I'm kind of a scribble drawer myself. Everything I do is kind of scribbly. All right, so that's a minute. All right, so that's basically it. You draw an outline with line, scribble whatever scribble technique you want, and then mass with the side, the edge of your charcoal or your Conte crayon. I'm gonna get a new piece of paper. Your master drawing didn't come out good, Taiwan. Well, mine didn't really either. It's normally one of my favorites. My charcoal's kind of hard. And big. You might want it smaller than that even. That way you have more control over it. Alright. So let's... What time is it? Alright. Oh, we got good time. All right, so more bottles. Okay, we're gonna just break this one down into really basic shapes so you kind of get used to doing that, because this bottle would freak some people out. It's a little bit more complex than the last one. Whoops, I didn't transition. There you go. Sorry. This bottle is a little bit more complex than the last one, but it's actually really easy to draw if you just break it down. So what we're going to start with first, and I'm not going to time it at first. I'm just going to show you how to break it down, because in class normally I do a demo just breaking all the objects down, and then we do timing demos. So the way I teach is a little bit off in this on this live stream. So how I would break this down, I would do a center line first, getting the basic proportion. So I want to draw it this big on my page. And then I'd probably put like a width line. So the bottle I know is going to be about that size. I think I might have made it a little too stretched out, but that way when I'm drawing this bottle next to all the other objects in the still life, I know the basic proportion of it. So I don't draw a bottle, you know, tiny like this, and then behind it I draw a grape that big. So it lets us know the relative proportion of objects to one another. So I started with a rectangle, and I'm just going to kind of break, let me get my mouse. Oh, you guys can't see my mouse on the screen. Okay. I'm going to break the shape down. See how it has a little curve on the edge on the bottom? I'm kind of just throwing that in there right now. I might have to go a little higher. And I can pay attention to these little areas and try and keep them as even as possible. So I could even draw little lines so I know that they match up. All right. Then I know this rounds. And then I'm gonna just make the cap a basic rectangle right now with another rectangle on it, because I can do all that other little detailing of the other rectangles and how the shape is more intricate after. Let's see how I just started with a rectangle, and I'm lining up where points meet. I'm paying attention to these little negative shapes in here, and it's a lot easier than just drawing it in a contour, because if I was to draw this, let's do it fast. Just as a basic contour without an access line or anything. See how like this is lower? It doesn't line up. This side is starting to look wonky compared to this side. So this keeps everything in proportion and symmetrical to itself. So let's do a time drawing of these bottles. You can pick if you want to do mass, line, scribble. We might do all of them. We'll see. Let me get another piece of paper really quick. Am I still doing good on the timing? No lag? Oh. Well, I have a lag. So if you ask me questions, it's like 10-15 seconds off. All right. So let's get my timer, and we don't need that timer anymore. Okay, well, we're gonna start with the basic gesture. We're gonna do, let's try and do this one in 30 seconds, okay? So pretty fast. We're at 10 seconds right now. Oh. 20 seconds. It's not very good. Okay, that's it. So we got a gist of it. I kind of ignored my box. How did you guys do? Was that too fast? Too fast at all? Gotta wait for my leg. So while I'm waiting, we're gonna do fast. We'll do a minute and we're just gonna warm up because it's hard to draw fast right away. So a minute's good, it gets you warmed up, and then we can start doing 30 seconds, and then eventually we'll go to probably 2 minutes. Yeah. Alright, so let's do it again. Try a different type of gesture, and we're gonna do a minute, alright? I'm gonna do, I think, a scribble gesture, because it's fun. Alright. "25 seconds. "38 seconds. "50 seconds. "1 minute. Alright. Okay, let's see what we got next. Still have a half hour. Okay, so we have an actual still life here. Maybe a little fast. Is a minute better for you guys? We're gonna keep it at a minute for a while. It is good to learn to gesture everything in really, really fast. That way you can figure out the proportions and the composition, and then you're not spending a whole bunch of time trying to get the objects perfect right away. Because what happens is students trying to get the objects perfect and then they draw everything else wrong, and you have to erase it all and fix it anyways. So, and you don't want to spend an entire class just figuring out a composition. You can do that quickly. And relative proportions. Okay, so let's do mass gesture. This is still going to be a minute, so you have a few more objects. And we'll draw this a few times. We'll do a 2-minute drawing later, and that way you can kind of build more upon it. But what I want you to do, in 1 minute, try and get all of the objects in there. You don't have to draw what it's sitting on if you want. It could just be a line. But try and get the bottle, the 2 bottles, the, what is that, bread? I'm not sure. The flour, and whatever the item is on top, right? So let me start my timer again. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna break this. We're at 26 seconds. $40 seconds. $50 seconds. Okay, and that's a minute. Time. So you can see here, it's kind of rough, but the proportions are kind of relative to one another. It gives me something to work off of, and then I can start doing, we're going to talk about sighting and measurements next week, but then I can start doing my sighting and my measurements and getting these proportions exactly what I want. Also, now I know I have this whole page, and maybe I want it in the center of the page and I like the composition, or maybe I want the objects to all be bigger, so I might have to make the proportions a lot bigger to fill up the whole page, right? How did you guys do on that one? Also, what do you guys think? Do you like this live stream format, or would you want it on Zoom where you could actually talk to me? Your math drawing's bad, Madison. Well, that might not be the drawing for you. That might not be the gesture. I think it's a really easy way to get it down quick, but maybe you like line better. You like the live stream over Zoom? That will save me some time trying to figure out more plugins that I need. You like the live? Okay. I do too. This is my first time doing it, so hopefully they just get better. I get a little bit more organized with it. Not a mass drawing guy, look. Okay. Alright. So how did you do with this one? Did you get it finished? Did you get everything mapped in a minute? I have to wait for your responses. I am lagging. Boomer. Most of them are yikes. Okay. Mine aren't too great either, so don't feel bad about it. Are you guys drawing from an angle with your boards angled up? Because this is the preferred way. Good. Sort of. You finished it? Yeah. Drawing at an angle with your boards up is definitely the preferred method of drawing. I'm drawing flat to give you guys a better vision, but like I said, my perspective might be all types of off because it's just really warping everything. You're angled? Okay. Good, good, good. If you, like I said, if you have the charcoal or the Conte, I do switch them in and out. See which one you like. Notice how you're getting really dirty with the charcoal. Keep your window open so you're not just inhaling dust, probably. Alright, so we're going to draw this one for 2 minutes now. So you can gesture it in really fast. Try to have it gestured in probably in the first minute. Then in the second minute you can start making like adjustments for everything. Okay? So if it's like really far off, so let me get my drawing back real quick. Alright, so if it's really far off, say this little pot thing that I drew down here, see where it intersects on that bottle? It's pretty low in comparison to the height of this bottle. What if I accidentally made it intersect all the way up here? Like that. Now it's way too tall, and I can see that. So now I'm going to have an extra minute to go back and start fixing those things. With mass, it might be a little hard. You might have to start going in with line to fix it. We're not using erasers in this, by the way. I didn't tell you guys that. There's just not time. And also, you need to get used to fixing your mistakes and living with your mistakes and seeing your process. But not erasing every 2 seconds. Like, just let it be there and then fix it later. You can choose which one you want to do right now. So it's a 2-minute drawing. If you want to do mass, scribble, or gesture, pick it. All right. Let me get it started. If you want to just draw what I'm going to draw, I'm going to draw a scribble one. Well, no, I'll draw a line. Okay, ready and start. 2 minutes, okay? You can see I'm drawing in rectangles to try and see the proportions of these two bottles to each other. We're at 40 seconds. So I bet you thought it was 2 minutes and everyone just started to slow down. 53 seconds. This needs to be taller. I'm in at 40, so you have 20 seconds to try and get everything mapped in and as close to the perspective as possible. I'm gonna go in with some mass. 5 seconds left. And done. 2 minutes. Alright, how did you guys do on that? Did you guys slow down and still not finish it, or barely finish it because you thought you had way more time? It still goes fast. What'd you guys do? Oh my goodness, it's 12:12. I have so many images to draw. Let's see what we have. Not that one. Barely finished? Yeah. You gotta still go just as fast. That way you can fix it all later. Do you guys want to still draw simple still life objects? I have some fruit, and then I have like cats and dogs and like action movement, and then I have some dancers too, but we're probably not going to do that. It's a little complex. You like line drawing? Yeah, I like line drawing too. I like them all. I don't know, I switch. I think it depends on what exactly I'm drawing, on what kind of gesture I want to map in. And I think sometimes my line drawing and my scribble drawing kind of become the same thing, to be honest. More still lifes? Do you want fruit or like more bottles and stuff? We'll do some bottles still. What about this one? It has some foreshortening in it. Okay, so this one, fruit. Okay, we'll do fruit. Let's see. Well, this is easy fruit. Well, that's a little complicated. Let's see. What do you think about that one? Is it too much? It's a lot of circles. A lot of spheres. There's a lot of objects for 2 minutes. Well, let's just draw it. Let's draw this one. We'll do 2 minutes, and then we'll do a 5-minute drawing on it. Simpler? Too much? Okay. It's hard to tell because I can't see you guys drawing. Okay. That one's good. It's a lot easier, and it's still a bunch of kind of spheres. So try and map it in. We'll do, for this one, we'll do 1 minute, and then we'll do 2 minutes. And in the 2-minute one, you want to try and get the proportions as close together as possible. So the relative proportions from one thing to the next. All right. And we have 15 minutes of class left. This is kind of fun. I didn't know how it would go. My drawing board. All right. 1 minute for this one, okay? I'm gonna do, it's probably easier to do line, but I'm gonna try and scribble. Okay, 1 minute, go. You have 30 seconds left, about, well, 20 seconds now. This is not turning out well for me. You have 5 seconds. Do not like that one. Normally I like scribbles gesture. 1 minute. How'd you guys like that one? A lot of spheres, but a bunch of different shapes. Was it too easy? Let's do this one for 2 minutes. I'm going to do a line drawing, and we're going to start. It was good? Okay. Okay, 2 minutes, and go. See, I'm even drawing slower. Felt better? I'm sure it turned out fine. Oh wait, a minute and 20 seconds left. Sorry, forgot we were doing 2 minutes. How long did it take you guys to draw your chairs? Just curious. Because some people that come into my class literally can't draw a bottle when they first enter. So no matter how bad you think your chair was, they were pretty good for someone that might not have ever drawn. So I know this needs to be more circular, so I'm just kind of drawing a circle to help me. A long time, Haley? Chairs are hard. I know professors that make students just draw chairs the entire semester. You guys have 20 seconds left. Because they have to be in perspective. So things like fruit are actually a lot easier. More organic things and round. 2 minutes. Okay. How'd you guys do? Flip this round so I don't use all my paper. Let's find something else. Meh. Not great. Okay, we got some cones with fruit in them. Looks kind of fun to draw. So the cones, just think of like triangles with a cylinder or a circle on top, and then all the berries are just circles, and then you break it down the further you draw into it. An hour and a half? Wow. Who's Boomer? What's your name? I don't know who you are on YouTube. Which student are you? So this is going to be our last drawing, I guess. You want to draw Andrew? Okay, cool. You want to draw all 3 cones. We'll do 1 minute, and then how about 5 minutes? 1 minute and then 5 minutes. You can take your time and try and make it look as close to the proportions and shapes as possible. And you don't have shade or anything. Don't think about that. If you want to add some shading with just mass, that's fine. Kind of how I've been doing, because it's still a type of gesture. So 1 minute and then 5, and then we'll be done. All right, ready? Go ahead. I'm using my whole arm. That's too big. So I made my ellipse too wide. The cones all line up with each other, so I'm drawing some measurement lines so I know that. We have 15 seconds left. Whoops, I slowed down a lot. Let's make this one a 2-minute one. Just because I want you guys to see the measurement lines and everything to help, because this is the next kind of concept for the project. Because all these cones line up on the image, so it's easy to just draw the lines across so I know where everything meets. So I'm actually gonna, you have 30 seconds left for this drawing. I'm gonna draw kind of the little bit of shapes. Barry goes out. 15 seconds. Do you guys want to do a 5-minute one, or do you want to end now? I forgot that I'm lagging by like 15 seconds, so I don't want to go over. Because if we end now, we can do a Q&A real quick. Yeah, something like that. Time, sorry. End. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to Q&A. You want to do that on Discord or just through chat right now? Probably easier through chat since we have 5 minutes, but it's up to you. Now? Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to take 2 mass drawings, 2 line drawings, and 2 scribble drawings. Chat is good? Okay. And upload them to the work in progress shape and I think shape and gesture underneath the documentation. Please try and document them the best you can and have them uploaded by 2. Is that good for you guys? Or you have class like right after this, you won't be able to photograph and stuff. You're all in here, so you did the work. 2's good. I also want you to go to D2L. You're gonna have 2 readings tonight and a video to watch. The video's not for me, so it's not as bad as last time. Sure, okay, 2. And I haven't put them on D2L yet. I'm going to do that right after this. The one reading is on citing. The other reading is on line weight. If you're going to choose one, read citing, because citing is a little difficult. It's going to be kind of difficult to teach over a live stream and me not being with you. So please read that. And then the video on citing is going to be very helpful for you. And again, it's not from me, it's from someone else. And please, if you do anything for the readings in the video, watch that video. I think it's like 5 minutes. And it's a good video, and it helps. Can it be a single picture? Yeah. They can be multiple pictures or a single picture, depending on how you did it. Yeah, the drawings we just did. Yep, no homework besides the readings in the video. Any more questions? You don't have to draw. I just want you to upload the drawings from today, just this live chat. 2 gesture, 2 mass, and 2 scribble. Actually, you know what? I changed that. Do that, but also in addition, do 1 gesture, 1 mass, 1 scribble from life of any objects or person you choose, okay? And I'll write it in a PDF and post it on assignments so you guys are clear on everything you're supposed to upload by 2. I'll do that right after. So you can go into assignments in probably like a half hour, make sure you got everything you need, and you can upload it. Okay? And if you have any questions, just ask me in the questions tab on Discord, and at me, mention me in it, so I get it right away. No, the extra drawings are by next class. You should try and get your roommates to pose for you so you can draw them and see what an actual gesture drawing is like. Have them pose for you for 2 minutes. You don't have to do that, but you should try. Or a cat or a dog or something. Any more questions, guys? This was fun. Okay. Yeah, I'll post the assignment and the due dates and everything and times. It'll be up by 1. It probably before that, but check at 1. No worries. So what you need by 2 are 2 line gestures, 2 mass gestures, and 2 scribble gestures. Hopefully you did 2 of each one. If you didn't, then choose something else. And then by next class, you just need 1 of each. So 1 line, 1 scribble, 1 mass, and it has to be from drawing from life and timed. 2 minutes. Yes, I'm posting everything under assignments. Check at 1. It'll be up there by 1. Any more questions? No more? Okay. Alright. Well, this is everything then. I'll post that up by 1. If you have questions, just get a hold of me. And this is the end of the live stream. I hope you guys liked it. Give me some feedback on it. Alright? Okay. Bye, guys.